Greetings, everybody. My brothers and sisters in the house. We are here once again to discuss politics, discuss the problem we are facing in our country, and to advise our people the best thing to do at this point of time. What we're supposed to do at this time. Okay, what we're supposed to do at this point of time. First of all, let us talk about the NSAS. 1 year after NSAS, nothing have changed, and the way our police, there was a protest today because of the people that lost their lives last year. So I really praise and commend these brothers in Nigeria for coming out today, at least to remember the people that lost their life during the NSAS protest last year. Not just the people that lost their life in Lagos, Ikoyi, Lagos, that too, but people that lost their life in Edo, in Abuja, Rivers, Deltas. That protest was to make a change. If our police can stop the way they treat our people. Police brutality. It's about police brutality. A few days ago, we all saw how some policemen were, maltreating, molesting some Nigerians. So nothing have really changed. So I really thank the people that came out today. They did well. And also, we have to learn with the way the police treated them today. I'll be playing you the videos. What do we learn from this whole thing? Somebody like me, I have been for quite some time now, I have been saying, let us change ENSA. Let us make it a political party. I make the video about it before. When you say change, let us ENSAs begin. If you want to remember, because what happened last year surprised everybody, especially those of us in diaspora, when seeing the crowd, the way people came out that night. Nobody were even expecting things like that. So it is something that will forever remain in our mind, and to remember the people that lost their life. It is good we turn ENSAs to political parties. All these people, we have political parties that don't even have followers like that. All those little political parties. It is time for them to mesh together and call it this political party is for the ENSAs. It's about ENSAs. Because during ENSAs, we all know the protest was not only for the police alone, but for the bad governors, these corrupt politicians in power. So why can't we turn it to political party? So that, because it is only the ENSAS protest you see a genuine protester, a genuine protest. The protesters, they are no ethnic-based kind of protest. You are protesting for like the agitation we are seeing left and right. My people, my people, my people. So it's about my people. But this ENSAS protest is colorful for everybody. No tribe. Don't belong to the Southwest. Don't belong to the Southeast. Don't belong to the South. A call, everybody answer, everybody respond. You understand me? So let us turn it, because now I'll play you videos here. What is about to happen 2023? Are we going to allow these people, these same people? Look, APC cannot make this. APC cannot do anything for you. And no politician in APC can do anything for you. They all speak the same language. No politician in PDP. Can't you see? The other day, are you not hearing PDP like Atiku want to run under PDP? It's to show how devilish, how foolish, how stupid these people think we are stupid. Why would Atiku even have it in mind if Atiku respects the youth, especially from the south? This same Atiku, everybody stepped down for him 4 years ago because he said power must remain the north. The same man, he was happy because everybody kind of stepped down for him for power to remain the north. 2 Fulani contested. He was happy. He loved it. Now, why the same Atiku now saying he want to run? He knows power is supposed to come to the south. To tell you, these guys are not your friend. They are not your friend. Obaseki in Edu and the governor, like El-Rufai, governors in the north, they are all the same. They go to the same club. They speak the same language. All of them, these politicians, they speak the same language. They don't worth dying for. Don't die for them. Don't kill for them. So that is the reason why somebody like me will come here and say, let us, this is your answers, if you don't want to call it answers political party, we can give, but it must be, this party is about answers. You can make a change by ranting, like protesting on the street. You don't play the game. You don't join the game. You don't play politics. You can do that and go home. The protest last year, tell me what the protest last year changed in Nigeria. Nothing. Police, they behave the way they do. The government don't care. Once you protest, when you are protesting, they are not happy. As people on the street now, they are not happy. Once it is in the evening, everybody go home. That's it. They will call themselves. Are they still out there? They say they have gone home. Hey, come and join me. Let's meet at so joint. That's it. That's it. Nothing more than that. That's it. So that's the reason why this is not the time of speaking big grammars. But this is the time to face reality. To face reality. If we don't come together, because especially now that the presidential power is coming to the south, let us decide. Okay, now there is something I want to play here. I want to play one video. I'm going to play this video because for years now I have been saying that these people, they are the same. It is me and you. All this shouting, talking will not change things. You must participate. Okay, when you say participate, are you going to go and waste your time again and be supporting a PDP will bring somebody? It is the same thing. At least what happened in Edu, some of us supposed to learn from what happened in Edu. Both PDP and APC is like half a dozen, 6 and half a dozen. It is the same people. There is something I want to play here. The same people. The same people. The same people. That's the reason why people decamp from this party and go to the other party the next day. The same thing. When it doesn't matter how much you steal from PDP, when you say you want to decamp to APC, they will welcome you. You go and see Buhari. That's it. There's no amount of money you will steal in APC. When you decamp to PDP, PDP will accept you. Then tell me what is the difference there. It is the same. So that's the reason why we are telling our people, now that we know, let us use this opportunity to have our own party. When I say turn answers to political party, it means let us have our party, because this protest is the only protest that is so genuine that no ethnicity. People don't come there and be saying I am a Yoruba, Oduduwa, I am a Biafra, all this kind of noise. No, it is about Nigeria. So that's the reason why I am saying let us grab this opportunity. I see it as opportunity. Listen to Sowore, what he said here. And after this video, then we'll now go and play MSAS video.
Listen. Just because you have a rally in London or a rally in Ibadan, Lagos.
What? No, listen. Wait.
The time our Biafran brothers said they're ready, and then and they don't happen.
What Sowore is trying to say, Sowore makes some sense here, but I still see these people. I'm not trying to say I'm better. It's my, the way I think. Might not be right, but that's the way I think. As a Yoruba man, Yoruba man like telling me, like, okay, I'm fighting for Oduduwa. What are you fighting for? Oh, I'm Biafra. What are you fighting for? Hey, we are talking about destruction. What are you, a Yoruba man, before Yoruba man tell me, like, he's supposed to be calling his brother out. Your brother is the vice president. You know what? He's not deaf and dumb. Your brother is not blind. All these things Buhari is doing, your brother approve it. Your brother is a pastor. Your brother is a professor. If you don't like what is going on, he would have resigned as a pastor and say, I cannot be part of this government. So that's to me. That's how I think. When you are calling Buhari out, add your brother to it. They are partners in crime. This is what I believe. That's me. Because listen to what Sowore said. He tried to this is what I've been preaching. The same language, the same people. They are the same people. You think Buhari is the only enemy here? No. Politicians in the South. Listen to Sowore, for instance. Listen.
But nice, There was a time I remember I came on your show. There was everybody shouting about Oduduwa, there was even a date which has passed. I'm not opposed to it, but I said it's not a cakewalk. You're not just going to have Oduduwa just because you have a rally in London or a rally in Ibadan, Lagos. No, it's going to be bigger than that.
Okay.
There was a time our Biafran brothers.
What is Sowore trying to say? Some people came to him and say, the same thing with me. Benin, the Republic, Benin, look, there are rules, there are procedures. The way you people are doing it, you want to do it like this, people, you don't plan. Before you declare, let me just quickly add this to it. Before you declare war, not war. Before you tell UN, like UN, United Nations, that you want a country, you must have, look at your population. Tell them, okay, you are 10 million. Now you want to break away. You must at least show, you want to break away, start a new country. You must show them at least 3 to 4 standard hospital. Listen. You are in Nigeria now. Oyibo make sure before they hand over that country to us, they left good hospital, good health care, airport, seaports for us. Then we destroy it by ourselves. That's a different matter. You already have a country. Before you have a new country, you must at least, Nigerians will ask you, what is the hospital? Because you can't break away here and people begin to suffer, you begin to cry, you will come and give us food. No. Give us good. No, you must have a standard hospital, 2 or 3, 4 hospital. They will come and look at it, inspect it. You must have a seaport. You must have international airport. There are other things you must acquire first before you can say, I need a country. Before they will listen to you. And first of all, you must have a territory, undisputed territory. It's not a territory you are the one saying, I hear your land rich. Other people are telling you they increase. We are not part of that nonsense. You don't go to UN with that kind of talk. They will tell you you guys are jokers. You must have a territory, a retail that nobody is dragging it. This is yours. Everybody in there will say, this is our territory. There are procedure. I will tell them, for you to be talking, you need the Benin Kingdom. Go and build Gele seaport. You have access to the sea, proper. There are things supposed to agitate. What Sowore is trying to say here. He said people came to him. He said, you make a protest in your London. He's telling Mayogun. Mayogun is part of those doing the protest sometimes. You make protests in Ibadan, Lagos. It doesn't guarantee countries. To get a country is more than that. Come on now. This is what I've been saying. Me and you, we don't agree. But I want to use what he said here and go and play. I'll play other video from Ensa. Then and I'll tell you, this is what I've been saying. But because here, people don't really like my truth. Don't like the way I put it. But it is the truth. I am me. Especially when what I'm telling you is not because of material things. It's the truth. I love saying the truth. I might not be 100% right, but this is what I think. To have a country, it's not just because you can shout, you can carry flag up and down. My guy, your children will grow up and join you and be carrying the flag. There are rules you must follow. You must follow the rules. That is the reason why people like us are saying, Igbo man must rule. Edo man have not. We go patient. Yoruba patient. You know, every day they tell you Buhari is the reason why they don't get the Biafra. Buhari must this. Buhari, I don't like Buhari, but I want to make a point here. Buhari is the reason. Buhari is the why? He's your president. Okay. Oh, is the president that's the reason why you don't have the Biafra, for instance. Oh, that's the reason why you don't have a seaport. You don't have the international airport. Abi? Okay, no problem. That means if Igbo man make Igbo man the president now, he will divide the nation. Let us pray, because we want make them divide the nation. So let Igbo man do the president now, make it divide the nation. Make the divide among the sea. Because when you are outside the ring, you brag, or outside the field watching football, you brag. My guy, oh yeah, you bring president make you rule. You say you know they bring. Okay, you insult the president where he did there. Maybe you put your brother there, may you divide the country for you now. You not go rule. May you go there. May them make you the commander in chief of the armed forces. So that may you make it fast. May you divide the country. May you go. Abi, you said all Biafra land, all Igbo, they ready for the Biafra. Now, una the sing, they tell us every day. Igbo want go. Bring Igbo man now. Make we really know whether Igbo want go, whether una no want go. We dey here for una. We dey tell una now. Everybody relax. I pray Yoruba relax. Everyone relax. They want go. Let them bring Igbo man. Because they say you know they do. Okay, bring your brother. You know. May your opportunity there now. May your brother be president. You say no. Your own brother, Igbo brother, make it divide the country. You say no. What do you want? You never know what you want. You don't know what you want. You don't want. Carrying flag here, it doesn't make you. You can't divide the country. I don't want go too far. Me, I will start agitating for Igbo presidency now. Make them come do wetin the others not fit do. Make them come divide the country, make we see am. Because if they divide country, now all of us go happy. And nobody go force anybody, join anybody. That's one thing we know. But at least make them divide and everybody have rest. Hausa man no go divide. Fulani man no go divide. Yoruba man no go divide. Now only Igbo way want do Biafra. Now he go divide. So make we pray, make Igbo come, make it divide. My people, I think I'm something is clear. I know these people, they are cry baby with what they want now. They love to cry. Is to do kitty. Another person will take. So that make they enjoy their cry, they go. That crying, you don't too much for our ear. They don't cry too much. Give Igbo man, we are giving you the president, not to rule, but to bring that country down, make una go. Because the one that they do now, you not go. You not go. No, really. Edo man no go enter there, make you they tell us make they divide the country. You not divide them since. Now where Edo man don't enter, now you want divide them. You not go agree. Yoruba man no go agree. And nobody go agree. You not an agree. So the only person we want, now be the Igbo we want to go. Make we join. I dey beg our people. We go join Igbo man. Make Igbo man rule. Make the just divide the country. Make everybody go, well, je. No cry again. Crying don't too much. All this cry, every day crying. It don't too much. Make we give them. Igbo man I go rule. Me go start the agitation. Igbo man must rule. Yoruba people make una leave. Una don't even rule finish. Make una give them. So make him brother divide them. If him brother not divide them, if him brother do, you not divide them, they go cry for your ear again. They go blame Oba Bini again. No. They go blame Oni of Ife again. No. They go blame Yorubama again. No. Me and you go get rest of mind. Make we give them the power. Make them rule. Make them divide the country. No rule. for 8 years and go, you must divide the country. Because what you people think, it is the president in Abuja that have the power to just divide the country. The president won't have the power to do that. He can only influence, like talk to people, because as a president, senators listen to him. That's it. So we are coming there. Let me stick to what Somole tried to say. Let's listen to Somole.
Shouting about Oduduwa, we're going with, there was even a date which has passed. I'm not opposed to it, but I said it's not a cakewalk. You're not just going to have Oduduwa just because you have a rally in London or a rally in Ibadan and Lagos. No, it's going to be bigger than that. There was a time our Biafran brothers said they're ready. And then what did they do next? They went and abducted Kanu from Kenya. And he's back in Nigeria. And nobody has been able to get him out. Do you know why? Because a revolutionary battle is not a cakewalk. And this is what I've been warning our people about. That don't take it for granted. That at the end of the day, what is going to break the back of these people is the collaboration of everybody. When people get in trouble, what do we collaborate. Even when Kanu had problems, I didn't need to be told. I went to the courts. I wanted to see him. When he was to be brought to court last time, there are 5,000 IPOB members in Abuja. Police surrounded the court. It was army. I was one who, when I was arrested, my post were torn, because it is a time for collaboration. It's a time for that necessary synergy that we need to break the back of oppression. Because the organization, the group holding Kanu in Abuja, is a Nigerian state that is comprised of Yorubas, Hausas, and Igbos.
Listen.
In fact, the person who brought Kanu to court.
Wait. What he's trying to say? The people that is ruling this country is not Answer Fulani alone. The people perpetrating all this intimidation, beating people, sending whatever they are doing that we don't like. When you tag everything and say Fulani, that's the problem, that you are stupid. What is Ibaru say? He said, the stupid boy now, the Kangokoko Biama boy. You remember when they brought him, I don't know, they took him to court the other day, they cover his face. He is saying the man that covered his face is Igbo man. Listen.
With the hood over his head, he's a DSS guy I know who is Igbo. So he did not refuse the job. So the Nigerian state is made of conglomeration of wicked people from all the tribes. Without breaking the back of the Nigerian state, you cannot break up Nigeria on the surface of the internet or with a few rallies, whether they happen in London or Glasgow or in America. Because there were people who told me that during the UN, they will get Yoruba out of Nigeria. Oh, I said, that would be great. I would love to learn how that works. Just one rally at the UN General Assembly. What did Nigerian state do? He went and brought money, gave some people to counter them right there in the streets of New York. And that's the end of the story. I'm not saying all these things are not necessary. But what I've said consistently on your show, go and watch it, is that at the end, all of us, we need to come back together. All the oppressed people of Nigeria, or this entity known as Nigeria. Because this was the way the country was created. And I also said to you, and don't forget, that those who are calling for a breakup of Nigeria are planning a revolution and will be treated like revolutionaries. Right? That is what is happening now. Sunday Igboho is being treated like a revolutionary, as an insurrectionist. The same way I was treated. When I was treated that way, some people were mocking me. They said, oh, if Showore had been fighting for Yoruba nation, nobody would have touched him. But there was a guy that came out and fought for Yoruba nation. They went to his house and killed 2 people. Arrested everything there, including his cat. Took him. He was lucky to get away. Otherwise, I'm sure he would be dead by now. Because he sent a special force down there. So, if you mock me because I'm asking for a revolution, you have seen the consequences now that asking for anything in Nigeria that concerns your fundamental right is an affront on these men of impunity who live off of your sweat in Nigeria. It is a historical thing about the way Nigeria was created. It was created, put together to create this distrust and to live off of it whenever people want to unite. It happened to Awolowo, small western region, it betrayed him. Happened to Abiola, small, the whole Nigeria. The people that first betrayed him were Yorubas. I've said it many times.
That's right.
So, even so the people that led the DSS and the army regiment that went to try and kill him were Yorubas. When they left, they were the ones who brought them back and said he's hiding in the ceiling. The people who gave him up in Benin Republic were Yorubas.
Listen.
So the distrust is always promoted by
the man that led the DSS to Sadiq Igboho's house. You see, Buma, the DSS boss. The name, what is his name? This Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. They have the same name. Yeah, what is the name of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer? The DSS boss who led the troop to Igboho's house. You see, Buma. They went there, they didn't see him, they left. In Yoruba man tell them to wait. He's in the ceiling. Let's go back. Let's go and check the Yorubas. What are we saying this? Why are we saying this? You know, look at they do. He tried to let his brother understand. When they say they are what they are doing, you don't like it. You just base everything on Fulani. Fulani is the one. No. A guy, the vice president of that country is a Yoruba man from the south. Show me one video where the vice president come out and say he's not pleased with what is happening in Nigeria upon the killings. Osibajo not there when some group of Fulani telling us to give them our ancestral land. He's a pastor. They said the president must come from the north, vice must come from the south. He is there to fight for the southern interest. Is Osibajo fighting for any southern interest in Abuja? Show me one video where Osibajo said, no, our people have right to tell you they don't have land for you. It's not by force. Show me one video. One video. Okay. Let us go to today.
Those who are interested in seeing the disunity.
Today answers. Let me give you some street gist so that you know what we are talking about. Some sick people, they want you to believe all our problem is Fulani. Whether our brother, they are part of it. It's not only Fulani. Listen, let me play you a video here. Let me see if I have it. If we can balance this thing, then at least know that our enemy is Nigeria. It's not because he's not a Fulani man, it's not a Yoruba man, it's not Igbo man, but Nigeria. Then we will begin to solve the problem. Let me see if I have the video here. Listen. So what is also here? Also, there is something somebody said. Listen,
They are lucky.
Today,
people are doing what they need to do, the needful. So please, 5 o'clock, let's get back here. But before we go, we are going to take our WhatsApp numbers for those who don't have.
And sir, please, sorry sir, before that, there's something very important we need to address.
Okay.
In the course of the protest, the police officer, very senior police officer who stopped us with his policemen, said the speaker on the Rugbajabiamila asked that they should stop us. And the man put a call directly to the speaker. I am saying this because the speaker actually occupies a very sensitive and important position in this country.
Yes, sir.
That Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila could ask that the police officers should stop us, order them to stop us from getting to the National Assembly is disappointing. And we want to say this, that this is a huge disappointment on his part, and there's a need for him to apologize to the Nigerian people. Nigerians were protesting peacefully. He was is he a man or Ben Igwe was standing on behalf of the Commissioner of Police. It's a DCP operation, FCT. The speaker called him in our presence, and he said, "I'll flush them away."
He said the person that was blocking them, the policeman, is Ben Igwe. Who be Igwe? He's not from the east. Ben Igwe. They said they put a call across to Femi Gbajabiamila. He said that they should flush them out. This is not Fulani. And then you want us to sit back, fold your hands. Femi Gbajabiamila, Tinubu put him there. The Dollard, your vice president, who wants you dead. Tinubu put these guys there. They want to do now and give power back to Tinubu. You think change will come? The same people, the same clique, the same people. Then you come and be crying, carrying flag. Look at let us see the bigger picture now. With all these things, you have to, every day, I study videos from Nigeria. Political videos, so I study. All these things these guys are saying, they might be nobody to you. But what they are saying, there are sense in what they are saying. Pick it and join it together. Then you know, that's the reason some people will tell you, this is what is going to happen. Oh, not that they are soothsayer, not that they knows tomorrow. All these things, I can. Look at what Gbajabiamila is doing. This Lai Muhammad, because my Arise demand apology from CNN. He said Nigerian government demand. Let me see. Wait, where's my commander? My television here. I'm coming. Useless government people.
With the preponderance of evidence against any massacre at the Lekki
Toll Gate, you are the one killing your people. CNN talking about it. Wait, you are saying you demand apology from Nigerian, from CNN? You know, oh my God. He said,
on October 20, 2020, and there was no massacre.
There was.
The only massacre recorded was in the social media.
Also,
Hence, there were neither bodies nor blood.
you see?
Amnesty International, CNN,
You see, this guy here, what is his name? Lai Mohammed saying CNN should apologize for saying they killed their own people. You are the one killing your own people. You are the one saying the CNN should come and apologize. It's a group of people. They are telling you see this gang. The only thing is that Buhari, the president, will go. Between them, they'll bring somebody like Tinubu, and you don't, to you, that is continuity. They are continue. This group of people, come on now. The only difference is that Buhari will go. They'll come and use Tinubu replace it. That's the same people, the same people. They will change some people there so that maybe this one now, they will give him on that position. That's it. The same people. And that is what we're supposed to stop. We must stop that idea. It's our responsibility to stop it. Let me play this.
This is a huge disappointment on his part, and there's a need for him to apologize to the Nigerian people. Nigerians were protesting peacefully. He was is he a man or Ben Igwe was standing on behalf of the Commissioner of Police. It's a DCP operation, FCT. The speaker called him in our presence, and he said, "I'll flush them away." We are going to hold the speaker accountable for this. Beyond this administration, Femi Gbajabiamila will give explanation for this nonsense.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
And so that's what has been said.
Yes. Have you listened to Femi Gbajabiamila when he's talking? You'll be thinking it's American man. When he's talking, you'll be thinking it's American man. All this English, this is what they use to brainwash, to deceive you and me. This man have corruption charges before. How he became the speaker, to me, I'm still surprised today. Because they are all Tinubu boys. I have to tell you now to hand over to that same Tinubu. And Tinubu will be 72 by then. 72 by then. Power is coming to the South. The South must decide. The South must decide this time around. If the North can give you Nama, because it's their turn to produce president, give you cow, I think we have to bring human being this time. All this grandpapa, their time is up. That's the reason why when we are telling our people, look, these things we are doing, let's strategize. I keep saying it. I said, everybody, somebody's trying to say, he's not part of Oduduwa. He knows why. He have his own reason. Maybe to him, it's not going to be easy. He said, we need each other, really. No tribe, no region, or like Southeast say they can do it, you can't. We are coming to Southeast, the havoc, the crime, the nonsense that is going on in the Southeast. We are coming to that. But no region or no Southeast can do it alone. South can do it alone. Southwest can do it alone. We need each other. In the North, they have the Northwest. They also have the Northeast. Then they have the North Central. But these people, they don't see themselves as you, Northwest, Northeast. They see themselves North. But it's only in the South. We see ourselves, you are, because there are some people, what do you hear them saying? Southeast. As if Southeast is a name from God. It's like the name, God gave them the name. No, not until we see ourselves as Southerners. No tribe, nobody, no tribe can do this thing alone. That's what somebody is trying to say. And the same thing I've been saying. We must come together in one accord. But when you talk about these things, some fools will come and say, I don't know guys. Some fools will come, what they will be vomiting like. I will show you videos of some people they killed today. Some elderly people from the Southeast. People they kill. Some group of elderly people. They have no guns. As youth, you can go there and flog them. They are elderly people. They can fight you. They have no guns. Physically, you can beat them. They are old. But still, you went there with gun to kill people you can beat. People you can just use cane. Since you don't have respect for elders, you can cane them, cane your elder, flog them, This is what you do in Southeast. But instead, you went there with guns. You were blowing their brains out. And wait, okay. This family you are killing now will come and do Biafra with you tomorrow. I don't understand. Is that what you think? That these people will now come and join you and do your Biafra? You keep killing your people. You kill them. You come here and deny. Even go to Channel Television. Go to Arise TV. When they show the dead bodies, they said they are even Igbo, the traditional rulers. If you even see the comment, like somebody show some remorse. If you see the comment, like coming from this set of people, okay, the people they are killing is your own people. You said you are not the one killing them. You are not the non-gunmen or gun no men. That's what you say. And gun no men killing Igbo that speak Igbos like you. No atom of like sympathy, like they just like for once they are saying they die well, they will die again. They are celebrating it. If you are formidable, there are soldiers in Imo. The governor Opus Odima invited them. Go and face these guys. Go and show you are formidable. Better still go and kill some northern governors in the north. Go and assassinate some Fulani politicians. Make it sad. Then all of us will come like, yeah, these people, they are formidable. Look at you with guns. You are killing people without guns. You are killing people with walking stick. Elders with walking stick. You come and tell me you formidable? You're not formidable now. If you're formidable, my guy, send you guys. Go to Abuja. You are Fulani, your enemy. Better go and kidnap Buhari's son or daughter. You know, let us know. You need war, right? Do these things. Let the war start. Let us clap for you. But instead, you go and kill your LOE. And you don't kill people outside your state too. You kill people in between your state. And you say you are formidable. Okay. Killing this traditional ruler. Buhari will not say, they kill traditional rulers. Okay, free now the council and they will not kill this Igbo again. So Buhari just love you like that. Buhari love you people so well, so much that when you kill this traditional ruler, Buhari will not free you. Don't kill these Igbo people again. It doesn't matter how the way you dress. It doesn't matter. Or the kind of English you speak, you know, like you speak the way they speak English in UK. Hey, you, oh man, it doesn't matter. Foolishness in you will tell. You know, people will know you are foolish. It doesn't matter how you try to hide it. I keep telling you people, you are monkeys. You say no, you are wise, you are smart. You are not smart. It doesn't matter how you try to put it. It doesn't matter. I keep telling you, we have Ohaneze. No, not Ohaneze. Afenifere. They are group. If they not break away today, no, not Afenifere, sorry, Arewa. It's a group. If they not break away from Nigeria, their country will be Arewa. We have Afenifere in Lagos. I mean, in the southwest. We have Oduduwa. Have you seen these guys? They are people or they are members. Come online, you steal money, you can't give them money. Okay, insult chicken, insult Mefok, shoot at the other one. Omote, call that one. Mad people, the Sabo is there. We are coming for you. You steal money, you send another account, raise fund. The other one, you never send me the money, you chop the money, you bring the money, you send the money. How much will they have? It is only on. It's only with you people. The first time you have a group you claim that is speaking for the Igbos. But what we hear from you people is foolishness, foolish talk on social media. What you people do when some of these they are stupid ladies, those single, useless, who cannot even keep family. Sorry to use that word. When they are plaiting their hair, when they are twerking, they are in the market, they are early in the morning, around 6 and still in their bed, Biafra. So wake up, when they are taking their bath, Biafra. They will running to go and enter bus, Biafra. Sit down in the bus, Biafra. And they said they are the most intelligent people. The foolish boy, they carry the one in prison, the one in the DSS, is his own mouth he used to destroy his own self. Kill police, kill the other one. Now, the federal government, they now slap him again to another 7 count charges against him now. 7 again. Another 7 against this stupid boy in Adika. While you are on social media, ranting, fighting yourself, insulting yourself, the federal government gathering more evidence. It was 5 before. 5 charges against him. What makes you think the government now had another 7 to it? Is to make sure this animal is not coming out again. Fight don't start with a wash with popcorn. we will watch you now with popcorn. The people that are supposed to help you people, talk some sense into your head. You declare them, you insult them, you don't respect them. You think you are more clever than, you don't even have any reason to learn from others again. The other day I make a video, I said, I gave them just piece, my own, like small advice. Small advice. I said, in these circumstances, Nnamdi Kanu, if his family love him, they should take charge. They should take charge of Nnamdi Kanu affair. Just when I say take charge, it's not the money, it's not the account, it's not the money. If the family really love him, they take charge by begging these animals. People they can't love your brother more than you, the family. Because if he die, the stupid boy die, they are not the one that are going to bury him. It is you, the family, that buries. It's your blood. The wayward boy is your blood. All this like to the heart, Biafra child, they are not blood related. All this noise, I'm talking about you, the brother now, the same blood. If you want to save him, tell these people, this my brother, this is the Biafra. Now, don't hurt this guy is with DSS. They have evidence against him, what he has said in the past. Every day you see issue threats. Why can't you people, we know you are formidable. Why can't these animals, you fools, if you love the idiots in the cell, why can't you stop all these threats for now? Because I don't understand. The idiot, Nnamdi Kanu, is in police custody. His followers still, dishing out threats. Telling people they will do this, we are formidable, the other way. If they don't release him, we are going to fight. There are 3 days to go. There are 4 days to go. The family is supposed to take charge. You take charge, completely take charge. For now, distance your idiot son from his stupid followers. Everything stands still until this guy is out. Stay focused on his case, how you are going to defend him. You understand me? You understand me? That's what if the family also have brain, no? Because I know that his family is also as useless like him. If the family has brain, they suppose for now take charge. Not take charge of account. Take charge who they'll be donating money to. Take charge of the lawyer. Ask the lawyer, can you do this case? Show us any advice you sent to Nnamdi Kanu when he was in UK. You were his lawyer. Have you ever advised him to mind what he said? The lawyer, because this lawyer, he was telling us the government is after him. They wanted to kill him. He showed us some building. He said it is his house. That the government set it ablaze, that they declare him wanted. Immediately they arrest Nnamdi Kanu. The wanted man is the one going to the DSS office. Is the one going to see Nnamdi Kanu. Because what I'm saying now, everybody, you are all aware of it. We are seeing videos, how the DSS is looking for him, how they kill people in his house. He was pushing his own propaganda. Immediately they arrest Nnamdi Kanu. The government is no longer looking for him. He's the one now who wants to free the Nnamdi Kanu. So these are the kind of questions. Another lawyer came out and told us that Nnamdi Kanu went to Kenya to go and treat heart problem. A British citizen went to Kenya to treat heart problem. Does that make sense? Okay. His group don't even know the whereabouts of Nnamdi Kanu until Nigeria government announce it. Does that make sense? They tell you, the DOS, You see Ikenga shouting, you know, you'll be thinking it's some group of intelligent people, some smart people, some intelligent elders. The same people who don't even know the whereabouts of Nnamdi Kanu for 8 days. It was when Nigerian government announced, we saw Nnamdi Kanu like this in police custody. They now realize Nnamdi Kanu is with Nigerian government. The same people, Ikenga will be shouting, you know, they are talking, they'll be talking as if you'll be thinking it is a CIA, American CIA, you know, people like that. Not know it's a bunch of Nikampu Igbos, some Onyamiri monkeys, senseless fellows. Now, let me play you something, video that is coming from
It's so sad.
From the southeast. You know, this one, I don't think I can play this now, so that they won't bring this video down. Okay, let me see. Wait, I can't play. Let me see. Now these are elders. Look at brains, so look at blood. Let me put volume. About 4 or 5 elderly men. Let them come and tell us how to fight for freedom. Those are bunch of elders. No guns. They have no guns. Formidable people. They cannot go to Abuja and protest. Formidable Ongongon no men cannot at least kill one Fulani man. At least now. Make me not say you people serious. Fulanis, Hausas, they are in their land doing business. They will pass this one too. They're in their land. Fulanis are doing business there. Not S-men. Fulanis, they have stores. They have Awausa. Go to Awausa. It is Hausa quarter, Hausa Fulani quarter. Awausa. They will tell you to kill all the Fulani. Like in Benin, we have Hausa quarter where they change dollar. They will tell you. They'll tell you, kill them, Fulani, send them. They have a Hausa Fulani quarters in every state there. They don't kill their own. They wanted to poison your mind. We said no. Those are Igbo monkeys. Now, look at these, their fellow brothers who, let me see if I can, let me see. Let me see. Look at this man here. I can't show it because don't want them. This is another man. I can't. I can show too bloody. Too bloody. These are elderly men. Those are elderly men. Whatever they are doing in that place, even though you don't like it, like I said, you can flog them because you have no regard for your elders. These guys have family. You are there hailing on Gongon no men. The family now, they'll be looking for money to buy caskets to bury a man who maybe must have, tell their children, we are coming. There is a meeting. And they go make I come. All in the name of Biafra. If I never come, not before I need to kill all these ones now. When people like us advise you, you said no. Well, now waiting come from your mind. Now you want to do something. Okay. They watch you now. Let me play you this.
The council hall where the meeting was taking place. And we were in a meeting with the traditional rulers of Njaba local government in our usual monthly meeting. As the meeting was coming to an end, we saw some people carrying guns, stormed into the council, and they besieged the council hall where the meeting was taking place, and they opened fire on those of us in the meeting.
Well, the situation is very pathetic. The situation is condemnable. It's a new dimension to the banditry.
We were in a meeting with the traditional rulers of Njaba local government in our usual monthly meeting. As the meeting was coming to an end, we saw some people carrying guns stormed into the council and they besieged the council hall where the meeting was taking place, and they opened fire on those of us in the meeting.
Well, the situation is very pathetic. The situation is condemnable. It's a new dimension to the banditry in the state, where they have to now begin to attack traditional rulers gathered in a hall with the council chairman presiding. All I know is that we will take it very seriously, and we must go out to every length to ensure that those behind that
when you kill others like this,
is crime
if you come out and as like take responsibility, tell us you are the one doing it, then we'll understand. It's okay, you are formidable really. But when you kill your own fellow Igbos like this, and you still deny you are not the one doing it, and you are praising the people. They told us that the Fulanis are the one, they created ESM to safeguard their land. You can't be killing their people. Why can't since you are not the unknown gun men, why can't the ESM fight the non-gun men now? Why are you not angry? Why you don't cry? They kill people now. Because if it is Fulani, you used to cry. Fulani is the one killing you. Why now you are encouraging? Because let me play this video.
Charge as against the 5 counts he was previously charged. Bodlin announced that the criminal charges filed against Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, have been amended to a 7-count charge as against the 5 counts he was previously charged, bordering on treasonable felony and terrorism. The case, which is scheduled for 21st of October, has caused apprehension among social-cultural groups in the southeast. The Ohanes and Igbo worldwide has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court as scheduled to prove to the global community that the IPOB leader is hale and hearty, while warning against usurping the judicial process. Well, in the meantime, the leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zazaki, and his wife, Malama Zena Ibrahim, have filed a fundamental rights enforcement suit against the Department of State Services and the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, to challenge the seizure of their international passports. They said the seizure of their passports by the respondents constituted...
Okay, that's a Zaki case. You see, that is the insecurity, the problem in the southeast. Nobody is really safe. We keep telling them to fight for freedom. There are rules you must follow. There are rules you must follow. You can't just come out and say you are fighting for freedom and. It will not come like this. It doesn't matter how you do it. You continue to lament. That's the reason that we are telling our people. It is time to give them. Since they said, because they keep telling us that Igbos, they want to go. That's what they keep telling us. Igbo want to go. Igbo people, they want Biafra. It is Igbo that want Biafra. All of them want Biafra. That's what it said. So let us give Igbo man now the power, the presidential power, because today they think Buhari is the reason why they can't get their Biafra now. So let them give them the presidential power, so that their brother will divide the country. You understand me?
Who refused to buy into his lies when they realized that he was lying to them. Yeah.
So
His job is to keep you busy aside. I don't know whether she delivered she was
because
Isi baby.
I'm sorry.
Isi Abaka.
Because the truth they say is very bitter. You see,
in Igbo land today. Do you like the way our tribe is going?
mm-hmm.
If you are not touched, and if you're not felt, if what is happening in the southeast is not perturbing you, you are in a serious mess. Psychological, you have a psychological problem. If what is happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria is not touching you, no matter where you are, may not Britain, or you are in US, in South Africa, wherever you are, and the situation in the southeastern part of Nigeria is not touching you, I think you need mental evaluation. You don't deserve to live among human beings. We are in a total mess. Our tribe is in a total mess. Every day is from one trouble to the other. Every day. Osisi eji amato, awuno osisi eji akono. Nda Hausa na achi ayoshi. We are now a laughing stock, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And it's so painful to me and to most of us that some people are still clapping and feeling comfortable and thinking that what is happening in Nigeria, in Southeast, is okay. How did we get here? How did we get here? Abomination has happened in our land. That traditional rulers, something that is never heard of, in their traditional regalia, lying in their pool of blood, and some people are clapping. Where is our conscience? Where is our moral compass? I wanted to share this video because I have a lot to say. I really do my video these days. Because Ika Prince okay. Where are we going from where? This morning, also Igbo. TV, what we used to see on the television is what we are doing today, and we are comfortable. This is how Boko Haram started. How did Boko Haram start? Boko Haram started with one man preaching righteousness in the north. It started with one single man preaching against corruption. On authority. Child, you are laughing. You are laughing, seeing your brothers being murdered every day. Are you not seeing these videos that we are watching every day in and out? How our brothers are slaughtering their own brothers. Burishimado, they are taking human head like football. Now, something I win in my own life. Our forefathers never thought this could happen any day, anytime. Ojukwu must be crying from the grave. Dr. Chinua Achebe must be crying from the grave. At times I feel like I want to shed tears. At times I feel like breaking down. Then I come to the Facebook, I see people laughing and chatting. Let me tell you something. Ndị Igbo si na onye dewe ikwu nne enyu shie nsozo Olotawa, Ijije Sowea. We have destroyed who we used to be. Just because one single radicalized man came with a message of destruction, wrapped in a message of hope, telling you about a certain Eldorado. This killing has been going on for a very long time. Ikukwebone amuni kokukanya. Ikukwebone ahura as a Reverend Fadanya. Who knows when? Some of you didn't know when this thing started. I started crying, shouting long time ago. I don't know where to start this morning. My heart is full of pain. I can't imagine what happened on yesterday. I try to speak, but I can't assess it in my mind that our brothers, young brothers, took knife and gun, slaughtered our traditional rulers, and on our tayoche. Oleka gebu before metwaye na ho. How many will be killed before you get touched? Thank you, brother. If one or two of you will share this video, I will be so happy. This video is not for everybody because I know that some of you, devil has sealed your mind that you don't really care. You don't really care. Just like those young men who are murdering their own kings and king like anything, killing people like rats. I remember when I was a child, they gave me a goat to kill. I couldn't kill a goat. I can't imagine taking a life of a goat. Up to today, even to kill a fowl, I can't. And then our own brothers pick guns. They kill and murder people anyhow, anytime, whenever. Burn houses. Ayana Koronhaka. Alibo, what do we want? Where are we going from where? And some of you cannot go home and ask questions. Where are we going from here? Because no matter because it hasn't happened to you, right? Let me tell you something. These people who are being killed, they were once supporters of Biafra. They were once supporters of Nnamdi Kanu. They were once supporters of ECN. They were once supporters of IPOB. They were once supporters of unknown government. Not DSS. Abi? Can I continue? I eti goko. Onye barulo neoko. Olota ogehibonya. Aye mesigo alibo. Akwana akom. Oh, ihe na-agba udele anya mmiri na anyị join na aka anyị ndị Igbo join na aka anyị na-destroy our place. Anyị na-ahụ ya na-akụ aka ọ na-abọn ọ na-yes nya bọn wa na Nigeria na bọn. Ndị Igbo ka njikere nụ ihe ọ ga-eme n'olu na-ewere mmanụ ole. Esetiri anyị up. I want to use both English and Igbo to benefit some people who don't understand this my language. I want to join these languages. Please try to go with me. Don't mind my English. I go give me English. I didn't read English. I come here to make a point to tell you guys that na onye gbaru ulo nne oko olota ihe oge zutewu ihe oge hiniro. Nnamdi Kanu have destroyed who we used to be. Nnamdi Kanu have leveled us to the grave level, not even on the ground level, because ground level is better. He has demoted, he has destroyed every fabrics of Igbo society. There is fire in the land. Nobody can talk again. Our traditional rulers. A few days ago, a few days ago, our traditional ruler said there are men meetings, circulated a communique asking Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. I keep on asking you all the time when I come to do this my online video. I say, can you speculate what a young man under the influence of drug and alcohol with a gun can do when he meets you? They brought somebody, a young man in Olu. I watched that video and I feel like I want to cry. I felt like I want to shed tears. The tears couldn't come. Because in the was that Nanuku wana banya ja. A young man with rock lighter. Na born skinny and see na child to Biafra life. Una na koaka. Kede be conscience so una wosikwem ayo wosikwem madan mem no hega najo or wosikwu out. Is it happening in the dream or in a real life? Is this a dream or a real life scenario? They were burning this young man. The man was crying, shedding tears bitterly, was agonizing in pain. In pain. They were using lighter, burning his skin. The skin was being burnt with light in a broad daylight. And some of you see it and clap hands. When will enough be enough? How many will be killed before we can say enough is enough? NSAS, they are celebrating the memorial 1 year, whatever of NSAS. NSAS came. Every part of Nigeria joined their hands to say it is enough of this police brutality. Now, the repos is still being fed today in Igbo land in a very serious level. Some of you keep on asking, what did Nnamdi Kanu do? Some of you say, you hate him. God told Ken, if you have done well, will you not be accepted? Because you didn't do well. There is blood lying in your door. During the NSAS, Kanu came with the message of destruction. That was, if you don't know where this thing started, it started heavily during the NSAS. And I said all these things in my video. I called you guys, I said, look at where we are going. Kanu was asking you guys, go destroy police station, take their guns. Today there is proliferation of guns. Unfortunately, nobody is in control of the situation in Igbo land. Even in Nnamdi Kanu come out today, he cannot control that voice because they are out of control. Aliba will go in Chinua Achebe describe Anambra as a fiefdom. That is what the entire Igbo land is now, because nobody can talk. Onye kuebuye. Una no na Lagos, una to una na achi. Akwụna gala Christmas. Oge mono n'anya. Akwụna gala Christmas. Unu ga-eji anya hụ ya. Unu ga-eji anya hụ ihe unu mere onwe unu. I need to destroy our place. It's on the outside. Where are the Fulanis? The Fulanis has gone home. The Hausas have gone. Do you always hear about Boko Haram and whatever? Oh, it's Alibo that is happening. You are looking for war. You say you don't want war. There is war in our land. This war, you think another war is coming. There is war. You remember one of my videos when I said, let that war come, so that our eyes will open. There is war. There is war, and this war is one-sided. Everybody is now an enemy, a victim of unknown government, a branch of which metamorphosed from ESN. From ESN is from IPOB. IPOB is Kanu's brainchild. Kanu destroyed us. Kanu have destroyed everything we stand for. Onana Kwaka. No, see Britain, a British citizen. Now happen Britain. What was Kanu before now? Kanu was not here. He don't even have job in the Britain. He was being paid by Wazirike. He was being paid by Wazirike to be a British citizen. If you can't even go to British citizens and see homeless people. That was where he messed up your mind, because abroad as a demigod. Kanu is a radicalized maggot. He's a radicalized maggot. He's Britain. Somebody who has never been tried in any area of leadership in this life. You allow him to brainwash our people for over 10 years. He started with this nonsense, causing pastors. On a video, he told you guys, look at it. Some of you are asking me, what has Nnamdi Kanu did? If until you listen to some of his previous, because unfortunately most of this iPod don't even have data to watch video. Most of you animals, because that's the same language he call you guys idiot and you clap and you open up or say go home, go and lynch anybody who call himself elders in Igbo land. Lynch them, strangle them, and he said he will turn Nigeria upside down. Now we know where he want to turn upside down. He's in Igbo land. He want me to play you the video of where he said terrorism is coming in Igbo land. Kanu said terrorism is coming in Igbo land, and that is what is terrorism? And a man terrorism only a very big word. It is the use of coercion and force to drive down a political philosophy. That is terrorism. One single radicalized man. Kanu is nobody. Kanu was sent to school to study in Nigeria. He was sent out of school. He was then his parents finally sent him to Britain. In Britain, Kanu only destroy our society. Our elders fought to build this society from the scratch. Immediately after the war, we are given only 20 naira to go. Can you hear Kanu, man? Kanu is not even a political washer. Fellow politicians of Nigeria and Igbo land. He don't even know the traditions of Igbo land. Okay, one by one. Only I got my tune need a video sometime last month. Say economy can make up when a million was at the minutes ago. Okwana is now beating on you guys. Some of you who are supporting this evil will meet you one by one. Our entire society, Obodeji Amato, the city on the hill, the light of Africa, the hope of black nation, has been destroyed. Then he level us to grave level, not even ground level, because grave is deeper. Can we ever recover from this nonsense? Can we ever recover from this? Have you asked yourself, will Igbo land ever experience the peaceful Igbo land we used to have? As a child, we come out and watch masquerade, watch our traditional rulers perform their traditional right. In those days, if you ever kill a traditional ruler, I'll come. You can imagine our traditional rulers running away in search of safety. What did those men do? Did they stop Kanu from getting his Biafra? I know that some of you continue to ask me what has Kanu done on this. Kanu is the originator of this, and I will tell you how this originated. I will just use a very brief time because this question gets me. I don't know. Kedi ebe ipobusi. Kedi ebe ESNC. Kedi dewu unknown government. Kedi ebe bahasi. Where our reasoning? I had this so emotion. Let me tell you, emotion is an enemy of truth. Our emotion has been destroyed and we can no more reason. Please, thank you, brother. I want you to share this video. Let all and sundry watch this video. Let everybody listen because I have a lot to say in the next 40 minutes. I want to expose a lot of things. I really come out to do my video again. I have a lot of things to do. I have to fight for my future. I cannot continue to fight against this shadow. It doesn't want our time. Every day, I know, I sit at home. There is fear. There is serious problem. Igbo has never, even during the Biafran War, Igbo have never had it this way. Because in the Biafran War, the only fear we had was being caught and sent to military. At least we can live within our brothers. We can live within ourselves. Now, upon one day pastors, remember, they said they will kill everybody, including you pastors. They are coming. Watch all my videos. My videos are all over the place. Go to YouTube. Some of you will download. Have downloaded. I don't put them on YouTube. I come and see. Some people draw my attention to them. I don't care wherever you put them. But my truths are there. The truths are there. Here now, you have never said anything outside. Let there be peace in Igbo land. But what do people say is what you're seeing. You requested for this. Just like the people of Israel, God gave them a leader. God gave them a prophet, and then they went to God and said, "We want a king." How did he lead? The kingship in the Bible destroy everything, just like we are. Ayasa Ishoro, a leader, and then we glorified a sycophant, a psychopath. We glorified him and called him a savior. But he lay hands on you guys. He can have tried everything possible to destroy Igbo land. He destroyed your religion. He told you Christianity is not the way. He told you, if I ever see you, all the people going to church will go to hellfire. He destroyed every fabrics of Igbo land. He have destroyed our tradition, our traditional tool. He told you guys to kill and lynch every Igbo elder. He told you to kill anybody who are sabo, who are. So how do you ask me what has Kanu done wrong? Did you listen to his answers? Videos where I said, even I did video the next day, I said, please don't listen to this man, where he told you how you can destroy the military and take their guns. Kanu told you destroy every government owned property in Igbo land. We will rebuild it in two days. Is he able to bring out this one, this one, is he going to bring them to life? Somebody is dying, and then and rejoice. And every day I watch this here, South Africa. What he says in South Africa is all this hairstyle, whatever. Then he come every morning, he say whatever he want to say. These guys don't care. With the level of bloodshed in Igbo land, they will still come and say all this trash. Biafra will come under these circumstances, right? This is the Biafra you wanted. This is the Igbo land you wanted. Shame. Our forefathers will be bleeding from the grave. They will be crying. They wish it never happened. I wish it never happened. I wish it never happened. Our politicians now are fighting to go and speak to Nnamdi Kanu, especially those from Anambra. Ifeanyi Ubah. I'm so happy that people were even asking him to go and take care of his health first before going to see Nnamdi Kanu. And Ifeanyi Ubah and this Abaribe, I challenge them to make a pronouncement today. If they are real Igbos and they felt that they are men enough, politicians enough, let them make a political pronouncement as to where they stand on this. They know that this is going nowhere, but playing politics because they are covered. All our children and we the poor ones who had never been in the politics, we are the ones suffering. These guys have built a heavy walls for themselves. They don't care. No. Willie Obiano, nwoke bi na Texas, nwoke bi na Texas, ebe gara go, Willie Obiano bought a house of $5 million. I hope the day Willie Obiano will go down from that throne, from that governorship, whatever, the EFCC will come to him. He bought a house of $5 million in Houston where his son is living, a son of about 21 years. Una can they destroy you, and they destroy the hope of the common man. The hope of the common man. The granite sellers, what are your hope? Can you your hope? With all this things, as this thing continue, where are you running to? Where are you running to? Prince okay, they covered. I don't even have I don't even have house in my compound, in my father's compound. I don't think I have anything apart from my old books. Oh no, where are you running to? Where will you take your grandparents to? Go home and cry for yourself. Go home and cry. There is calamity. There is serious problem in Igbo land, and they play politics with you. They are playing politics with your head, and you are saying this is Biafra. What does this in any way spare Biafra? Even some of your followers who were supporting you are now feeling that this is not what we wanted. This is we are going nowhere from here. Now the Kanu is not even in control anymore. But he made this fire. He created this monster. Now the Kanu created the monster that is destroying the Igbo land today. Don't ask me how, because you know how. He told you he was going to give you a Dorado. Who stopped him? All these people you are killing now, did they stop him from going to UN? Did they stop him from speaking to Trump? He lied and lied and lied and lied. Every one of you get so brainwashed that your emotion was sealed, your reasoning was sealed, and emotion took over. Emotion is an enemy of lie. There is no logic. Fulani, who they would hatred because Buhari won Hausa and I don't care who rules Nigeria, APC or PDP, they're all the same shit. I never supported APC, neither PDP. And if you're coming because you think you are amplifying or you are a symbol of APC, I don't support. I support individuals. For example, the Soludo that I'm supporting, it was official that I realized where he is. I've been supporting Soludo for over 3 years, canvassing for Soludo, because I know that such people are the people we need in Igbo land. Not all these marauders, not all these thieves. Look at Ifanyoba. Ifanyoba is now, he went to court to go and see Nnamdi Kanu. Even shame unto you, Ifanyoba. Come and make pronouncement. How many times have you condemned the killings in Igbo land? How many times have you said something about it? Where do you guys stand in the hem of things? In a Yahoo Nnamdi Kanu, you play politics. Play politics with the blood of our people. You guys will pay the price. Our blood in the blood of our sons. You people are. I mean, you don't have to do it directly. It's either you do it directly or indirectly or supporting. And all those women in Houston who are supporting this evil will come to every one of you one by one. Anybody who has contributed any way or the other in the changing of the life of an Igbo man will pay a price, and a heavy price. I will stand for truth, and I believe that truth is vindicating me. I see what some of you are contacting me and say, Prince, okay, we never know you were saying the truth. Now we know. Who was Nnamdi Kanu before now? Your savior. A savior, a British citizen. I saw her British, a whole British citizen come down. You can be a British citizen without job. Kanu has no job. What was Kanu's job? Kanu has no job. Kanu was just a street man, a baba. For what? Why am I jealous about him? Let him stop the evil he's doing. And then I won't mention his name again. I don't even know him. That I'm jealous, I'm envying him. Envying him for what? Where he's destroying where I come from. The land of my birth. The land of the rising sun. The city on a hill. The hope of the black nation. Ndi Igbo. John, ask yourself question. Hausas are watching us and say, okay, you guys were laughing us when Boko Haram was destroying us. Let's see where you're going. Buhari has kept quiet. Everybody has kept quiet. Let the fire consume us. That's what is happening. You're waiting for war. No war is coming in Igbo land. This is the war. And this is the worst type of war. Because the war within, killing ourselves, killing our elders, killing everybody, anybody. Robbery. How do these guys eat? Robbery, destroying things. Who is coming to Igbo land to build a house now? In some places in Igbo land, the price of land is going down. Our economy is dwindling. And the Kanu is okay, happy. Una sit at home because he's in jail. Until federal government start holding people like Kanu accountable, this evil will continue. Gani Adams did all this stupid stuff and today he has been crowned a king. Because he wasn't held responsible. This guy, Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo is one of the originator of kidnapping. In the name of oil, gassing or whatever, crude oil. Asari Dokubo, where did he build his school? In Togo. I don't know. I don't know what to say again. Ika press okay. I have made videos several times that I even broke down in tears on the screen. And then people will call me names. I don't care. I don't care whatever you call me. I don't care. I don't care whatever you're going to do me. But I care. I care for our posterity. And I know regardless, there will be people who will ever remember Prince Okemezu. Even if I stop making my video today, all my videos are all over the place. The world is watching. We have destroyed ourselves. Asari Dokubo is built no university. Even Asari Dokubo, so we are also under freedom fighter. These are the guys who made money with criminality. Instead of the federal government to hold him accountable, they release Asari Dokubo. Now he's a kingmaker in his land. The big cow up to Odewaho. Asari Dokubo. Now he's even thinking of talking about Biafra because Biafra is an emotional emblem. Biafra, you get the Igbo. If I want my page to grow to over 100,000, all I need to say is Biafra is here. But they are lying to you, and that's why I said share this video. Who again? Owazirike. Owazirike came with the same message of nonsense. Oh, he's bringing you Biafra. Go ask Owazirike. Go to Owazirike's house. You see over 30 cars packed. Who was Owazirike before now? And when you not support, and I'm not supporting any evil, any man in Igbo land that is evil. Anybody who has contributed in destroying these things. I have menu address. I will give you address because I have no friend. I have no friend. My friend is truth, and I stand for truth, and the truth will vindicate me. I can't get home today, even if nobody see me again. I still know there are people who will always remember me. I will continue to speak the truth. I have no friend. I am water. Water cannot get enemy. You think I'm siding on Waziriko? I'm siding on Asari? I don't care about all this. They are stupid stuff that they are destroying an Igbo land. This is not the Igbo land. Ojuku is not perfect. Ojuku made a hell of mistake. But Ojuku went with at least 70% consensus agreement with the Igbo people. He spoke what the Igbos had. He spoke their language. He related to the young. He related to the market women. He was able. When he came, he was with them. Yes, he wanted to be a leader. He wanted to be a president. I know that we are human beings. I want some element of precarious, some element of humanism in us. Trying to belong, trying to be. But Ojuku was able to galvanize Igbo. Ojuku symbolizes peace, unity. He spoke for Igbo. He stood for us. Ojuku never asked. Oh my God, I feel like I want to cry. Ojuku wouldn't have watched an Igbo man, Igbo young man, coming to kill our kings in a broad daylight. Where are we going from here, my people? The Igbo land our parents fought for. My father went to war. Some of us lost our anchors. Where is our mind and where is our conscience? Everybody cannot keep quiet. I will continue to speak. As long as God gives me life, and as long as I have internet, even if it is 2-3 people watching, even if my message is able to save one single soul in Igbo land, I will continue to say the truth. Ahapu Nnamdi Kanu came with this message, a message of destruction wrapped in a message of freedom. He attacked our churches. He attacked our royal tools. He attacked our elders. Nobody saw anything good, bad in it. O roni no mume. O roni no mume. Okonye guregu so onye agbakwa n'ọsọ. Onye agbakwa n'ọsọ no roni no mume, onye agba n'ọsọ. Puta no piwe ka me nonsense ka ela. Onye obuna egburu na awusabo. Anybody that is killed now is sabo. I ask you to please, I ask you from my heart, share this video. My video is not promoting anything evil. I want the whole world to listen to my video. I'm not here to promote evil, promote myself. Who am I? Onye kanwo. I'm just a poor guy trying to survive in my life. I'm not as rich as most of you think. I'm not even as educated as. The only thing is I gave myself for peace to reign in Igbo land. I gave my peace. I gave my comfort up. I cannot come to Igbo land. In this situation, I cannot come. I cannot come. Look at what they are doing to our brothers. Imagine what they would do to me. I can't come to Igbo land. I gave up that. I can't even visit my parents' grave in the near future, except something changed. Why wouldn't I talk? Your politicians are deceiving you guys because election now they are bahankete. Will Obiano kept quiet? The big man in Abia State kept quiet. And when you nobody's talking. Our reverend fathers, nobody can talk because when you talk and die. That is very simple. Governors. I wish I would not tie a motor Obiano. I talk I have one mother, but I'm going to tie a motor car. According to governors, governor under the state in Meperono say that now Abia has no problem with IPOB. On Abia. They have no problem with ESN. On Abia. You guys are playing politics. I challenge our senators, Senator Ifeanyi Chukwu and the Oba, na Senator Abaribe. Let them, if they are real Igbo sons and daughters, Igbo sons, and they think that this message of Nnamdi Kanu is the only hope, I challenge them tomorrow or on Monday, anytime, let them sponsor a bill for referendum. It's very simple. I don't know I don't know the logic I can apply for our minds to be open. Let them ask for a referendum. And there's flaw. You can say whatever you like there. Let them, at least I wouldn't know I will respect them. But they wouldn't do that. They know that this is politics. They are using. I came out to canvass for Igbo presidency, but I'm no more doing that because one, we are not getting any Igbo presidency. Far from is we are very far from that. So nobody will ever think. I'm not more talking about Igbo presidency. You guys are running. If you cheat on the way while you're going to your maternal home, on the day of your return, you will meet flies all over the place. You guys are playing politics with our tribe because you think by what Kanu is doing, you use it to negotiate for Igbo presidency. Learning. Somebody like the husband of Dr. Dora Akunyele in Anambra State in a broad daylight. Andy Uba, Ifeanyi or Patrick Uba did not make a statement on a J. Kanu because actually also na Lagos Ebogara politics. Ebogara campaign actually also na Lagos. Then all of a sudden he has been. Why are we playing this politics of emotion? How long will this lead? Where will this lead us? I'm no more interested in politics. I'm interested in peace in Igbo land. Unfortunately, the world is watching, and why they cannot come, why nobody can come in is we are now the enemies of our. Now the kind of I was telling you that they are raping your wife, they are killing them. Why are we not seeing those rapings and killings since he went to jail? Those things are fabrications. The killings were done by Nnamdi Kanu's men. Do you know when this killing started? Unfortunately, we don't have a record. This killing has been on for a very long time. Unfortunately, nobody talked about it because Nnamdi Kanu brainwashed you and told you that it is the Fulanis.